Blues time, ladies and gentlemen, right here on our stage. Before rock, before jazz, before R&B, there was blues. It's been around a lot longer than any of those other styles, but blues sounds just as fresh today as it did when it was being born. Hello, my name is Keith Wyatt, and I'd like to welcome you to the Ultimate Beginner Series for Blues Guitar, Step 1. Whether you're a beginning player looking for new styles to explore, or a player who just wants to get back to the roots, we're going to spend the next half hour or so with the blues. I want to remind you at this time that if the basic guitar playing skills I refer to in this video are completely new to you, you might want to check out the Ultimate Beginner Series Guitar Basics Steps 1 and 2, where I get you started with the chords and scales we'll be using here. To help you get the most out of this video, we're going to use something called tablature. At the bottom of the screen you're going to see 6 lines, and they represent the 6 strings of your guitar. The top line is like the top string of your guitar, the bottom line is like the bottom string. It's almost like you're holding your guitar and looking at it like this. And on the 6 strings you're going to see numbers. The numbers represent frets, and that'll go for chords if I play a chord. The numbers tell you that 7th fret, 6th fret, 5th fret, and so on. And if I play a scale, same thing. So between watching my fingers and seeing the numbers, you got it made. There are 3 basic elements to any style of music, and that includes blues. The 3 elements are harmony, melody, and rhythm. The place we're going to start playing blues is with the rhythm, because that's the driving force behind the style. And as you'll find out, you can play some pretty good stuff with even one note or one chord if the rhythm is right. In blues, the basic rhythm is called the 8th note triplet shuffle. Now, just to back up a little bit, the basic beat in most styles of music is called the quarter note, and it has that name because there are 4 of them in a complete measure. I'm going to put my guitar down here for a second so we can talk about this stuff. Now, quarter notes, you just snap your finger, clap your hand, tap your foot, and that's where you get the feel of the beat. It's a very natural thing, right? Now you take 4 of them in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3. There's your measure. Now if you play 2 notes for each one of these quarter notes, they're called 8th notes. All right, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Those are 8th notes. If you play 3 notes in one beat, we call it a triplet or an 8th note triplet. Very even. Now a triplet shuffle is when you play only the first and last notes of the triplet, and it feels kind of relaxed and lopsided, like you're shuffling down the street. It sounds like this. Here's the triplet again. And playing only the first and last. All right, get that feeling? Already you can start to move to it, right? Now compare that to the straight 8th note. Here's the straight 8th note and the shuffle. It's so relaxed, right? Now once you start to feel it, you can move with it, you can kind of sing it. Da, 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 da. You get that groove going, pick up your guitar and play the, oh yeah. Right? It doesn't take much, does it, right? It sort of feels kind of that blues mood already, you know. Muddy Waters, John Lee Hooker, they kind of built careers around not much more than this right here, you know. Put a little attitude on top, right? Now I'm just playing that one string there. I'm using the pick, of course, playing all down strokes. Now even something as simple as this, there's a little bit of technique to it, and what it is, every time there's a downbeat, I'm accenting with the pick. Listen. You hear that? Now I'm also muting with the heel of my right hand. I'm deadening the string so it sounds nice and percussive. Right? Now the next thing I'm going to do is add some harmony. And to make harmony, all you need to do is put another note together with that one. And there's your chord. It's a simple chord, but that's a chord nonetheless. One finger, I'm playing B on the 5th string. So I have E and B together. Some people call that a power chord. In blues, I don't know what you call it. Let's just call it an E chord. Right? Now your finger can also hang over on the E on the 4th string. Now you have a 3-note chord. Get that same groove going. Remember your accent. Now we're going to add a note to that to make a pattern. note I'm adding is C sharp. It's at the 4th fret on the 5th string. In relation to the E chord itself, the root, E, it's the 6th note. The B is the 5th, the C sharp is the 6th. So I'm going from the 5th to the 6th. Right? And there's my pattern. Still keep accenting in the same way. Now to make it hip, I can use a little upstroke now and again, so I can get the high E and the B there together. Now I got a complete pattern. You can take the exact same shape, move it over to A. Now I've got the open A string, I've got my finger on the E and the A together, it's a bar, and I add at the 4th fret on the 4th string the F sharp. There's my upstroke. Go back to E. Oh yeah. Now there's one more chord you can play in the open position, that's D. The D is a little different. The reason is because of the tuning of the 3rd and 2nd strings. You have to use a slightly different shape. So what I'm going to do here is play the 2 notes together, open D, the A, add the B, and then instead of using a bar with my index finger, I use my 2nd finger here. All right? So now E, it's blues time. It's that simple, right? So we got 3 chords, we got a little rhythm here. It's happening. Now, you want to play in other keys or you want to be able to move around the neck a little bit, you have to use bar chords. So we'll take those same 3 chords, A, D, and E, and move them up to 5th position. This is where most people wind up playing this most of the time anyway. Same basic principle. You get the root of the chord, the 5th of the chord, and with the 3rd finger I can bar across 2 strings. Now I have to reach up with my 4th finger. It's a little bit more of a stretch. Now if I want to play D, shift over to the 5th string, right? You have to be careful with the right hand now because the tendency is going to be to want to hit that low string. You don't want to do that. So you deaden the low string with the tip of your finger. My right hand is still kind of tight here. Back to A. Now E is up at the 7th position. There's the E chord. There's the added note.